Shalom, 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 Israel. Where'd the elder go, man? Lord willing, he can join back. When I open up and give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God. Hey, that's Satan, man. As soon as the live starts, the elder then disappears, man. Lord willing, try to get him back in this thing. Hey, that's madness, man. That's Satan, man. Lord said that Satan cometh immediately, right? So I'm gonna send. Okay, here we go. All praises. All praise, man. So yeah, today is the first Sabbath service through the Spirit of WFILA. Happy to be here through the Spirit. Got my mighty Aki with me, man. Mighty brother Natash and the mighty elder Marshall in this thing, man, through the Spirit, man. Kwame Ashala. We're gonna get right into it though. Right, the chapter today that we're going to go into, most I willing, is Psalms, the 23rd chapter. This is probably the most well-known Bible chapter in the whole scriptures, man. They got this written on churches, got it written on the pictures, written in churches. Your old grandma, she can kind of quote it by heart. Brothers have heard this psalm. Hey, if you grew up in a Christian church, you've heard this psalm at least 50 times. But we're going to break it down through the Spirit. They never break it down. What does it really mean? What is it really saying? So we're going to break it down through the Spirit and power of the Most High God, right, with the precepts, right, with the multiple witnesses, man, to go bring forth the truth and righteousness and in sincerity. So with that being said, I'm going to start off in Psalms chapter 23, verse number 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Right? What does a shepherd lead? A shepherd leads sheep, man. Right? Can a brother grab Psalms chapter 80, verse 1, Baba Kasha? Right? Psalms, the 80th chapter and the first verse, right? And also Ezekiel, right? Chapter 34, verse number 11. Right? Psalms 80, verse 1, and in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse number 11.
I got Psalms 80.
Okay, come on.
This is Psalms chapter 80 and verse 1. Give ear, O shepherd of Israel, thou that leadest Joseph like a flock. Thou that dwellest between the cherubims, shine forth.
Con, and we know who dwells between the midst of the cherubims. That's the Most High God. So the Most High God, he's the shepherd, man. Who led us out of Egypt? The Most High God did, right? Who led us out of Babylon? The Most High God did. God, the Most High God, man, out of all of the captivities and slaveries that we've been through, it has been the Most High that has been at our head, that's been guiding us, that's been nurturing us, because shepherds, right? Can a brother, right, describe what a shepherd does?
A shepherd leads.
Because we're sheep, man. Can a brother pull Psalms chapter 100, verse 3? Or I got it, right? This is Psalms chapter 100, verse number 3. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people. Who is the Most High's people? The Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? We are the Most High's people, right? And the sheep of his pasture. So we're compared to sheep. Israel as a nation are compared to sheep, right? Sheep are docile. Sheep need to be led. Sheep can get devoured by wolves. Sheep aren't like damn monstrous animals that devour prey. The Lord didn't compare us to a bunch of rhinos or gorillas. Silverback. The Lord didn't say you're a tiger shark. Hey, the Lord said we're sheep, man. And we kind of get dealt with within the streets. Esau can kind of hunt us down, and it is what it is. I got old ladies been in the church, and you can't tell them nothing, because hey, our people are supposed to be led, man. And right now, we don't really have any righteous leadership. Hey, who are some of the men that our people follow right now, Akim?
They follow the pastors.
Pastors, yep. Farrakhan.
Pastors, Farrakhan.
People listen to Farrakhan and promote him like he's damn God.
Hey, man, scientists, man. Our people follow scientists, man.
Come on.
So
Hey,
called.
when they say 6 feet away, brother, brother stood 6 feet away, man. kind of
Nah,
got kind of got the dots. Got brother stood on that dot, man. Stood on that dot that was 6 feet away. So now, hey, this brother said Esau. That's who our people get led by now. Esau, scientists, just the damn CDC throwing the mask. Damn government, pay your damn taxes. They're knocking at your door, pay your taxes. So now, that's who's leading our people, man. But hey, the Most High God, hey, He is set up as our shepherd. He is set up as our leader. He is set up as our king. So yeah, can brother pull Exodus, so like it, Ezekiel 34, verse number 11.
Con, I got Ezekiel 34 and 9.
Can you start at verse number all 11, King? Verse number 11. Salah.
Salakia, did you say 11?
King.
This is Ezekiel 34 and 11. For thus saith the Lord God, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out.
Hey, so the Most High, hey, He's trying to find the sheep, man. Who are the sincere people that are going to follow the Most High God, whithersoever He goeth? Sheep can't just, if sheep wander off, they're going to be destroyed. There's so many predators out there that can take down a sheep, from a lion to a bear to another man kind of grabbing the sheep, kind of putting it in his fold. When the sheep wander, they're susceptible to die and to get killed and to be destroyed and to be lost. And right now, we're those lost sheep. Right, all praise to the Most High. Right, He's seeking us out. He's gathering us within these last days. Come on, King. Can you read verse number 12, King?
God, this is Ezekiel 34 and 12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep, and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day.
Hey, so the Most High compared this now to a very dark day, where it's nothing but wickedness, folly, madness, and no light, and basically no truth. But the Most High said He is going to deliver us out of all of the places that we're at, whether you're in LA, Atlanta, DC, Tennessee, you're in the UK. Hey, the Most High, He's going to gather up His sheep, gather up the flock of His pasture, right, and take us out of America, right? America's not going to be here forever, man. America's not going to be here forever. So the Most High, He's going to lead us up out of here, Most High willing, just like He led us out of ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt that's not here right now. Egypt is a minor country in the grand scheme of things. They don't pull no strings. They don't call no shots. Right now, you got Russia calls the shots. The United States, UK, these are nations that call the shots. So just like how in the past, the Most High has led us out of our captivity and basically destroyed that nation, He's going to do it all over again, Most High willing. Right, so Psalms 23, keeping it in context, right, we have to think about ourselves as sheep, man. It's called imagery. Most High, hey, this is a heavy imagery right here. Lord said He is our shepherd, right? I shall not want. Because what would you have to want if the Most High is leading you and guiding you? Tell me when our forefathers died in the wilderness. They died when they went off and they didn't have faith. They didn't die because they were hungry. The Most High literally had bread fall from the heavens. Literally. The Most High literally had quails come up out of nowhere, man. It's like you're in the wilderness and all you see is chickens. You see thousands of chickens. You in the mountains. Chickens don't even dwell in mountains, but you look around, all you see is thousands of chickens. So the Most High, He's always provided for our people. We just got to keep the Most High first. So through the Spirit, the Most High God, that's our shepherd, that's our leader, that's our king. I'm gonna get that real quick in Isaiah, right, chapter 32. Right, Isaiah chapter 32, Salaki, that's not what I want. Let me find this precept. Talks about the Lord, He's our King. Let me find this. Salakia. Let me find this thing. Right. Isaiah 33. I said Isaiah 33 and verse number 22. For the Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, the Lord is our king, he will save us. So the Most High, he is the lawgiver, he's the king, and if it be his will, he's going to save us. That's plain. We got to know that. There's no doubt and second guessing. Hey, the Most High wrote that. He said he's going to save us. He said he's going to deliver us out of this captivity, out of these bodies, man. But hey, on a deeper level, right? The Most High, right? Just like a mighty man of the Lord, a righteous father, he's going to have things to pass down to his son. You don't want to leave your son with nothing but problems, stress, and debt. That'll be off. All you leave your son is stress and debt that he has to carry. No, man, you want to leave your son a car, Lord willing, a house, possibly a little bit of bread on the side, man, with a good name. This is things you want to leave your son with. So the Most High, he really passed that responsibility, that duty over unto Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? Can our brother go to John chapter 10, verse number 11, Baba Kasha? John 10, verse number 11.
This is
Because when the
John
Most High
chapter.
sent
Salakia.
come, because from the Most High sent his son, Yahushua is set up as the king. He's set up as a shepherd. He's set up as like our leader right now. You got it though, King. Salaki.
This is John chapter 10 and verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
That's plain. Yahushua is that good shepherd. The Most High passed that responsibility, passed down that duty onto his son, man. Yahushua, he's the shepherd. He's watching over the flock now. Can we go to Revelation chapter 7, right? Verse number 14. We're gonna read down to like the last verse. Revelation 7, verse number 14. Baba Kasha.
God, you. This is Revelations chapter 7, verse 14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of the great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb.
Khan. So these are the elect, right? Khan, can you keep reading them a lot?
Therefore are they before the throne of God, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he sitteth on the throne, shall dwell among them. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sunlight on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of water. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
Khan. So that lamb, that's Hamashiach Yahushua, right? He is the Lamb of the world, right? He was that propitiation and that offering for the nation of Israel. So that lamb, he is going to lead us. He's set up as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the King of the Jews. Hamashiach, Wamalak, Yahushua. Hamashiach, meaning the anointed one or the Messiah, right? And the word Malak just means king. So the Messiah, and King, Yahushua, right? He is going to lead us out of this captivity, man. He is the chief shepherd. I'm going to get that real quick in First Peter, right? He is the bishop of our souls, man, right? First Peter chapter 2, verse 25. For ye were as sheep going astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and the bishop of your souls. So we were like sheep scattered, going our way, man, in this world, diving into folly, madness, sin, iniquity, vanity, lust. But all praise to the Most High, right? We're being gathered back together to the shepherd, man. Gathered back together to the bishop of our soul. So even David understood that. Even David understood that the Most High is going to lead me, man. The Most High, that's my shepherd. That's who I follow. I don't follow after a mortal man. I don't follow after a damn unrighteous woman. We follow after the Most High God through His Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. Right. So yeah, Psalms 23. To keep in mind, man, that David compared us as sheep, man. So basically, when we read this, that's the type of mindset that we have to have. All right, so let's pick it up back in Psalms 23. Right, Psalm chapter 23, verse 2. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. All right, so if you don't understand that we're a sheep, you're not going to understand what that means. But it's going to physically go out to the park and roll around in the damn grass. That's not what it's talking. It's not talking about the elder going to the park, his local park, and getting in the grass and rolling rolling in the damn grass. That would be very cardinal. That'd be very plain and very simple. That's not at all what it's talking about. But keeping it in context, understanding that we're compared to sheep. What do sheep eat, Akim? Do sheep eat damn protein powder, protein shakes, and steak? What does sheep eat, Ak?
Sheep need grass and they need green wheat and all kinds of stuff like that to eat.
That's right. Grass. Hey, that's right. That grass, man. So no place on earth would a sheep rather be than within green grass. You
God,
know, there's no other. Where else would you want a sheep? Would you want the sheep to be up in the mountain? He's going to
God,
starve to death and fall and get destroyed. But if he's in that green grass, man, if he's in that green grass, he's at peace. He has food
God,
prepared before him. So, hey, David said that he is like that. He is in that place. David is that sheep in that green grass, man. David is that man, right? Within the midst of the Most High God, man, in the scriptures, studying, praying, fasting, spiritually strong, man, spiritually fat, spiritually eating. That's the type of man David said that he was. He said, when you think about me, right, think about a sheep and green pastures. That's how I'm feeling. But we'll continue with this. He leadeth me beside the still waters, man. So the Lord, and that's all a sheep needs is sun. Literally, all they need is sun, grass, and water. That's literally it. So everything that the Most High, right? Everything that we need, the Most High being the chief shepherd, He's going to give it to us. David didn't say he was somewhere and he was thirsty. It was a drought, and I'm struggling. But the Lord still, he didn't say that, man. He said, just like the Lord is my shepherd, right? And he maketh me, to be like a sheep, right? In that green grass, right? With that water. So David is content, man. We have to be in a state of contentment, man. Knowing that the Most High, He is going to lead us, and knowing that the Most High, He's going to give us every needful thing in due season. Right? Can a brother grab that in Sirach chapter 33, verse number 19, Baba Kasha? Or I can grab it. If a brother can grab Philippians, right? The book of Philippians chapter 4, verse number 19. I'm going to grab this Sirach. Right? Sirach chapter 33. Right, Salakia. That's not, I think 139. All right, Sirach chapter 39, verse number, let's see. Sirach 39, verse 33. All the works of the Lord are good, and He will give every needful thing in due season. So the Lord said He'll give you everything you need when you need it. Lord didn't say when you want it, when you think about it, when it will benefit you, when it will please you. No, the Lord said He'll give you every needful thing in due season when you need it, when the Most High sees fit. So David, that's how he set up, man. He said sheep in that grass, with the grass and the water being led by the most righteous, man, by the Most High God through His Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, can a brother grab that Philippians Bible Shah 4 verse 19?
This is Philippians chapter 4 and verse 19. But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches and glory by Hamashiach Yahushua.
Hey, so the Lord said he'll supply all our needs. Lord didn't say some of them. Lord didn't say maybe, or I'll think about it. Lord said he'll supply all of our needs. Lord said, hey, David said he's been young and old, yet has he never seen the righteous forsaken. Never,
Come.
never. And David, he is the righteous. David is the elect. David is, hey, he was a man after the Most High's own heart. You read about that in the book of Acts. It's the 13th chapter. So the Lord, man, he always provides for his sheep. What type of shepherd would the Lord be if he didn't provide for his sheep?
Come.
Should you have a point, Ken?
Yeah, I have a precept. This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 26. It says, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? So these fowls don't even have to worry about, food and those things. The Most High takes care of them. How much more us being the chosen?
That's right. That's right. Hey, that's an excellent precept too, Ken. I'm gonna continue in that same chapter, if you don't mind. Yeah, or can you grab verse 28, Ken?
Verse 28. And why take ye thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin.
So even the lilies, man, the lilies being the Most High's favorite plant,
Con.
they don't labor. They don't clock in. Tell me the last time you've seen a lily clock in and punch the clock. It's 9. I just made it in. They don't clock in. They don't work. They don't spend. But the Most High still has always provided for them. They still get fed. They still get nurtured with the water from the heavens, man. With the sun from the Most High God. Right. So even animals, even plants don't do. Literally, plants just sit there and glorify the Most High, and yet they still get taken care of. Now, so how much more us, man? How much more us? So yeah, and David said that the Lord leads me beside the still waters, man. Them waters, man, that's wisdom. I'm gonna get this right here in Sirach chapter 15, verse 3. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him, and give him the water of wisdom to drink. Right. So in the Bible, right, you have water, right? It's compared to wisdom. So when David said that the Lord was leading him beside the still waters, David is literally drinking that water, man. David is literally drinking that wisdom, man. He is gaining that. All right, can a brother go to John, right, chapter 4? See where I want to start. All right, John chapter 4, verse number 14.
This is the book of John, chapter 4, and verse 14. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give, him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Come. So that's the water David is drinking, man. That's still water, that's peaceful water, which brings forth everlasting life. And with us being sheep and the Most High being our shepherd, that's the water that we have to seek. That wisdom, not man's wisdom, but that wisdom from above, that wisdom from the Heavenly Father that was given to Hamashiach Yahushua. So that's the water David is drinking. Because this thing is not literal. David is literally not in the field eating grass. Literally would make his hands into a cup and a pond, throwing down water in his mouth. He's physically not doing that. all of these things are spiritual. He's comparing himself to something, right? Then hey, you can kind of link it up through the precepts, man, and be able to break it down through the spirit. Because every precept, it is applicable to us even today. David lived around 1000 BC, but even we can read his words through the spirit, right? And they can help us today. They can show us something today. This Bible, it is a living book. It wasn't just written and it was just closed and it's just a book. It's not just a book. It's just a living book. These are the words of the Most High God, who is eternal, who has been since the beginning. So how much more his words? So we'll pick back up in Psalms chapter 23. Right, knowing that we are the sheep of his pasture. Right, knowing that we are Most High women are part of this flock. Right, that the Most High is guiding and leading to that green pasture, to comfort, and to that still water, to that wisdom, to that everlasting life. Right, so Psalm chapter 23, verse 3. Right, he restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. So to be restored, you have to be hurt. David said that he restored my soul. You don't just go to the doctor just because you felt like going to the damn doctor. You go to the doctor when something is wrong. Kind of tweak something. Damn, back's been bugging you for 3 weeks. That's when you go to the doctor. You don't just go to the doctor just randomly out of nowhere. You wake up, today I'm going to that's not how it works. So to be restored, you have to be restored from something, right? From pain, from affliction, from turmoil. Also, David said that the Most High restored his soul, man, because he got brought into the flock. Our people, we're scattered sheep. Right? Can we get that real quick in the book of Matthew chapter 9, verse 36? This is one of my favorite precepts. Right, Matthew chapter 9, verse 36.
This is Matthew chapter. You good. This is Matthew chapter 9 and verse 36. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad, as sheep having no shepherd.
So our people are like sheep with no shepherd. They're lost. Sheep with no shepherd get devoured by grievous wolves, or they get pulled into a different flock, or they just get lost, or a bear sees them and a bear tears them up for a snack. But David said that the Lord restored his soul, man. Why? Because David was brought back into that flock. David, man, he met the shepherd. The shepherd is currently leading him in peace, beside in the green pastures, beside the still water. So now David is restored, man. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness. Right? The Lord, he can lead you wherever he wants you to go. The Lord, he can lead you to destruction and to death. Right? Can a brother pull the book of Genesis, chapter 20, verse number 6, Papa Kasha?
This is Genesis 20 and 6. And God said unto him in a dream, Yea, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me. Therefore suffered I thee not to touch her.
So, the Most High, he can stop you from sinning. The Lord literally can do that. You're about to go off, and the Most High stops that, man. You're about to freak off, and somebody calls you. Somebody texts you. You're about to get angry and get out. You've had a terrible day. You're driving home, about to get out the spirit. Next thing you know, our brother sends you a precept about being patient, about being calm, about seeking the Most High God. Or as soon as you turn on that video, all of them demons that are on you, you're about to go off, man. They all flee from you now. So, the Most High, he can hinder you. He can hinder you from sinning, man. Can a brother grab 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 25? The Most High can lead you unto righteousness. Like the elect, no matter what they do, they're going to get the kingdom, man. The elect, they're going to be guided unto righteousness, guided unto salvation. And that's a mighty thing to pray for. Praying that the Most High can lead you in righteousness and not lead you to your own destruction and lead you to your own pleasures and lead you to doing what you want to do, which is going off. You know? Yeah, Con. Yeah. Can a brother pull because just think about it. Our forefathers, they didn't just get there off their strength. Abraham didn't travel thousands of miles just off his strength. Nah, hey, it was the Most High God that was with him. It was the Most High God that led him. David didn't become king and deal with all the things that he dealt with during his kingship just because he was strong. That was the Most High God. Judas Maccabeus and his brother Simon, you know, they didn't do these things just off of their power and their might. No, that was by the Most High God. You know, so the Most High God, he can lead you to righteousness, to salvation, to mighty works, to mighty deeds, or he can lead you to destruction, to seeking out pleasures, to going the hell off. You know, Colin, can we pull 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 25? Papa Shaw.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 25. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against the Lord, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearken not unto the voice of their father, because the Lord would slay them.
That's plain. The Most High said that, hey, these sons, they did not listen to their father because the Lord didn't want them to, because the Lord wanted to kill them.
Okay.
The Lord, he can lead you to righteousness, man, or he can lead you to your own destruction. He can have you cover your ears, be hard-headed, just to destroy you. You know, but David was saying that the Lord leads him unto righteousness, man, unto everlasting life, unto the kingdom of heaven. To being on this call right now at 11:37, doing the work of the Lord, man. Hey, this is not me. This is not the elder. This is not Nadash. This is the spirit of the Lord and him leading us to go into these things, man. So all praises to the Most High.
I have one more precept.
Try it, Ken.
This is Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? I mean, that's plain, man. You don't choose your own steps. The Most High leads you, and you just follow.
Come. Last time I checked, I didn't ask to be in this truth. I didn't say, Father, make me a Hebrew Israelite. I didn't even know what that was. I didn't say, Heavenly Father, I want to be a Hebrew Israelite. we didn't ask for that. We didn't ask for these things. It's about the grace of the Most High God. But guess what? Hey, we're in this thing. I didn't ask to come out here to LA. I didn't know I was going to be out in LA last year. Put me in LA so I can meet these two mighty Akim. I didn't ask for that. But hey, but by the grace of the Lord, man, hey, the Most High put me out here through the Spirit. You know, so hey, it's just his brother saying, man, we don't choose our own way. I'm gonna go back to 1 Samuel real quick, right? Because we saw how these men, the Lord set them up to be destroyed, so they did not listen to their fathers. Right, I'm gonna read verse 26, though, literally the verse after. And the child Samuel grew on and was in favor both with the Lord. So at the same time as the Lord having these men be destroyed, the same time the Most High, he's raising somebody else up. The same time the Lord is dealing with somebody else. The Lord, he deals with who he wants to deal with. He has mercy on whom he wants to have mercy on. So it's very, very profitable in these last days, right, to be praying that the Most High can guide us and lead us, and not lead us to our own death and our own destruction and being casted out, but unto everlasting life, man, unto righteousness, unto salvation, unto good works. Right, that's very, very profitable things to be praying for. All right, we want to hop back into Psalms 23. Right? Verse 3, he restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. So we're not in this thing just off of me. I don't really care about my name, honestly. This name is just it's damn nothing, man. We're in this thing for the Lord, man. We're in this thing to magnify the Most High's name. All right, can a brother pull 1 Timothy, right, chapter 1, verse number 17? Papa Shah.
It was First Timothy chapter 1 and verse 17. Now unto the King eternal, immortal, invisible, the only wise God, be honor and glory forever and ever. Amen.
Khan. So unto him, to the Most High, as it said, man, the invisible power. Unto him be glory and mercy. Because we're only saved to magnify the Most High's name. If the Most High didn't make these promises, we will all be destroyed. Because we're not righteous. Lord, the Most High doesn't need us. So if the Lord didn't make these promises, man, it would be over. We all sin and fall short. And last time I checked, the wages of sin is death. But through the Most High's grace, through his mercy, for his name's sake, that's why we're going to be saved, Lord willing. So his name can be magnified. So these Negroes, Spics, and damn Indians, as the world will call us, are going to be set up as kings and priests. Not for us, not because we're righteous and mighty and strong men. Nah, so that the Most High's name can continue to be magnified and glorious and also glorified. Because the Lord, he made these promises unto our forefathers, man. All right, this is Psalms chapter 23, verse number 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So David says he's walking through the shadow of death. Can brothers describe what they think the shadow of death is? It's a shadow of death. What do brothers think that is? It's the shadow of death. It's not death, but it's the shadow of, and that's where we are right now, in the shadow of death, man.
God, this world that we live in,
God. Yep. This is the shadow of death, man. At any point in time, somebody can walk in this door and put 8 hot ones in me. This is the shadow of death. We don't have no assurance of life. Even life insurance. In life, you still die. This is the shadow of death, especially America. Right? Can a brother go to Job, right, chapter 10, verse number 22? Because we're not dead. All praises to the Most High. Right, but where we're living in now is the shadow of death. Like how you have you, and you look back, that's your shadow. Your shadow is not you, but it's very, very similar. And at any point in time, you can kind of blend in for your shadow. So this is a shadow of death, man. It's not death that we live in now, because we're obviously still breathing. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Shah. Right, but it's the shadow of this prelude, man. You still kind of see death. You got it though, Ken.
This is Job chapter 10 and verse 21. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
So we're going to see what the shadow of death is. Let's see how Job describes the shadow of death. All right, Khan, can you read verse 22, Ken?
Khan, verse 22. A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness.
Hey, so that's the shadow of death, man, where the light. Who is the light? Hamashiach Yahushua. He is the light of the world. This truth, that's the light. And according to John chapter 12 and 36, we're the children of the light. So this shadow of death is where the light is as darkness, because men love darkness rather than light. Men love sin, iniquity, sex, money, drugs, gold, guns, and Glocks, and Magnums, and damn, all types of folly and madness, and swords, and pistols, and Berettas. Men love that rather than light. rather than Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, rather than the truth, man. I'll get a quick precept, right? So this America is the shadow of death. Let's make it plain. America is the shadow of death. You know, David, hey, he's walking through that, right? And it said the valley of the shadow of death. Our brothers down here, hey, we out in LA, obviously. The channel is WFI Los Angeles. Is a valley, is that up high or is that on low?
It's down low.
It's down low, man. So we're down low in the valley. He's in the mountains, literally. Go up to Beverly Hills, then driving on the road. You only got one lane. Somebody coming down that way. You're coming up this way. All hell may break loose. That's the mountains. That's the mountain of just of at the shadow of death, and that's where Esau dwells, upon the mountains, man. Literally, and also spiritually, man, because he is that eagle, man. He's that caveman. He's that beast that dwells up in the mountains, whom the Most High is going to throw down. Let me get this real quick in Proverbs chapter 4. All right, Proverbs chapter 4, verse number 19. The way of the wicked is as darkness. That's plain. The wicked way is darkness, while righteousness is light. They know not at what they stumble. I'm going to jump up to verse 18. But the path of the just is as a shining light. So a righteous path is light. Darkness is evil. So this shadow of death, this landmass, is where light, righteousness, is twisted as evilness, and where they call you a damn hate group, and they say you're unrighteous, unholy men, and they say you don't know the Bible, you don't know God, or that righteousness, that light, is defamed and turned into wickedness. You're nothing but a hate group. You damn black man. You're just a black man. What you mean you're a God's chosen people? Now this is that land where that light, that righteousness, let you tell a heathen that Christ is a so-called black. They'll probably laugh at you. I've literally seen that. I've seen heathens literally laugh at that because they cannot believe it. Because they know, hey, God is white. Everybody good is white. If you're black, that's the cursing of Cain. And that's off. Turn from us being the God's chosen people to us being the curse of Canaan. That's completely madness and off. So this is the land of darkness. This is the valley of the shadow of death. Right?
I got a precept.
Okay.
This is Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. So the Most High says the destruction to America, man. That call evil good and good evil, and light darkness and darkness light, man.
That's right.
God.
Right. That's exactly what the Lord said. I'm gonna grab this other precept in Deuteronomy, right? Chapter 28, verse number 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy feet. Salakia. Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. So in this place, that's all we have, man. A trembling heart, make it pulled over, make it shot. Your wife, she may be at the grocery store, somebody kind of says something, and they damn shoot up the damn grocery store. You may be out picking up some food, and it's a damn shootout. Anything can happen, man. Also, in this place, we have a trembling heart. We don't know when I leave this house. I don't know what's going to happen. I can get in a car accident. My car can flip over 8 times, and I could die. I have no idea what's going to happen. So this is that in the kingdom. We're not going to be worried about getting in a car accident, in a chariot accident. Just like the elder, he didn't put on his turn signal. So kind of went into my lane. Now I'm in the damn. Now I'm in the damn in the damn median, man. I'm trying to be worried about the elder putting on the damn turn signal in the chariot, man. I'm be worried about no turn signal and like your headlights is kind of dim, so you may get pulled over and all hell may break. We're not gonna be worried about your headlights. or your damn radiator. Not going to be opening up the just a chariot car door. This thing is running kind of hot. I need to add some fluid in here. They're not gonna be worried about that, man. But in this land, that's the stuff that we have to worry about. Adding fluid to the car is kind of hot.
God, or worrying about getting the new chariot that's coming out the next year.
Facts. Some of my chariot is outdated. I want the
God,
AMG. I want the C chariot. Damn, the whole C chariot, man. Brother, saving up money
God,
to pay a damn monthly payment. Trying to calculate the numbers, make sure the monthly payment is within the price range. I don't be worried about that, man. Not at all. All right, verse number 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee. That's plain. Our life is hanging in doubt, man. At any point in time, you can get fired. Esau can cut off the benefits that he's giving you. These prices can shoot up. And then what? Our life is in doubt. And thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. So this is the valley of the shadow of death, man. But hey, at the end of it, David said that he's not going to fear any evil. David said, I will fear no evil. All right, so why do brothers think David is not going to fear any evil, even though he's in the shadow of death, even though darkness is perverted as light? And now you got homosexuals, and that's right. Brothers told me not to go to West LA, and I went to West LA. It was under madness. It was everybody, like 80% of people I saw was homosexuals, man. I saw one dude, he had on a fishnet, a see-through shirt with a gut. I said, this is mad. And a mohawk with 1,000 earrings in. And I'm at the library reading my Bible, and I look up and I see this dude. Basically, he had on no shirt. It's like a see-through shirt. You see everything. He's at the library, and the damn people are just minding their business. Like, this is a madness. Like, this is a folly. Asking for a book, he kind of turned around. You see literally his whole gut, his whole body, with earrings and a mohawk. And I'm reading my Bible. I look up. I'm like, this is. I should shake my head. And he kind of put his head down. Nothing but soft, effeminate men. So even in this land of darkness, David says he's not going to fear any evil, man. David doesn't fear being counseled. Being counseled, man. Somebody kind of showing the damn video to where you work at. And all hell's breaking loose. And now you're on Indeed.com searching for a new job. Show the video of you out there teaching, shaking the hand, rebuking the heathens to your damn employer. Now you got questions to answer. David said he didn't fear that, man. David said he did not fear that, man. So why do brothers think that David did not fear that?
because it's faith in the Lord.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So us understanding that we're literally in the same position, we can't fear that. We can't fear being defamed. We already are really defamed, but you're not supposed to fear that on an even higher level. You're not supposed to fear being shot by the police. Because if the police shoot you, then that's what the Most High ordained. There's nothing that can stop the Lord. There's nothing that can change the Most High's plans. So just as the elder said, man, all praises. David didn't fear that, right, because of his faith. And that's literally what it says after that, right? For thou art with me. If you literally can imagine the Most High God, the creator of heaven and earth, being with you and thinking about you and sending angels down to keep you safe and to keep you strong and to keep you diligent and to keep you sincere, you wouldn't really need anything else. You wouldn't really be fearful. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So again, David, he's comparing himself to a sheep, man. So what do brothers think that rod is for?
For protection?
For protection, right? But it says that the Most High's rod comforts him, man. And with David being that sheep, that rod is for correction. That rod is for punishment, man. Can we go to Proverbs chapter 10, verse number 13? David, being a sheep, says that the Most High's rod, right, comforts him, right?
God. Okay, this is Proverbs 10 and 13. In the lips of him that hath understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding.
So the Most High said a rod for punishment is for the back of them that have no understanding, that have no knowledge, that have no wisdom. A rod today, we don't really talk in those terms. And now a rod, it has a whole different meaning. Brothers, you kind of hear rod, kind of think of something else. You think of something off. But back in the day, this is what we used for our punishment tools for our children. Can we go to Proverbs chapter 13, verse number 24?
Uh, this is Proverbs chapter 13 and verse number 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes.
So I can have kids, right? Or have definitely been kids, right? So what do brothers and people typically use to punish the child now?
Belts, hands.
Belts. Yeah, but I was getting the belt. That's really all I was, the belt. And my pops, he was kind of swinging that mug. Kind of pops was kind of swinging that belt. Moms was kind of swinging that belt. So that rod, now that would be modern day terms, that belt, huh? So that belt, that punishment, that still comforts. Why? Because that corrects him. The Most High said, "Bless his." We can get it in Proverbs chapter 3, verse number 11. Or we can start at 12. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 12.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 12. For whom the Lord loveth, he corrected, even as a father, the son in whom he delighted.
Come. The Lord, he corrects those that he loves. Just like my pops. He didn't beat me because he hated me and he was trying to kill me and trying to destroy me. That would have been, that's off. But punishment, so I can be the man that the Most High made me now. Why? Because he wanted to see me do better. Why? Because he wanted to instill discipline and better into me. So even the Most High does that same thing. Because David went off, man. David committed adultery. And the Most High punished him for it. The Most High killed his son. So even that rod, man, that rod comforts, man. And you best believe David was moving more righteously and more in the spirit after that whole thing happened, huh? After the Most High shows ample mercy unto you, you got to move more righteously, man. I understand that by the Most High's grace and mercy, right, that you're even still in this thing, So it says, thy rod and thy staff. And when keeping this in mind with what a sheep, right? So that rod kind of get you back on the right path. Kind of putting the sheep kind of bucking up, kind of acting up. Got to pull out that rod, man. They kind of put it in its place. And we all need the rod, and we all get the rod from the Most High God. Because if we didn't get the rod, we just buck up and the Most High just lets you buck up. And he doesn't really love you. When you run off, he's not going to chase after you. You were a rebellious sheep, and he's not going to punish you. So you have a point, Ken?
Khan, I got a precept. This is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 8. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So if the Most High is not correcting you, you're more of a bastard than his son.
That's right. So that's why David said that rod, and that sounds crazy to people within the world. You're getting punished and you love me. I know kids, when they get punished, you don't love me. They kind of think that you hate them. They just think madness, and that sounds crazy to go to say to somebody that's not in the truth too. The Most High put us in slavery and beat us down because he loves us. That would make somebody bug out, huh? Tell me the Lord killed my grandmother and did this and did that because he loves me. I make a brother damn lose his whole mind. You know, but all praise to the Most High. We're spiritually discerned, and we can be able to understand and see these things. If the Lord didn't do that to us, we'll be bastards. That's why these other nations they don't get punished for their sins. Esau's been going on for thousands of years. Tell me one time when the Most High has punished them as a nation. It has not happened. Why? Because they're bastards, and the Lord doesn't care about them, and just saying like they're spittle, right? But us being the Most High sheep, us being the Most High's flock, when we buck up and go off, the Most High, He's going to bring out that rod. And the best, if brothers think beating from a mom back in the day, grandma from pops back in the day was mean, imagine the Most High. It's been a mean one, man. We're in slavery. We're still in captivity. We pay taxes. We pay rent. This has been a mean ass whooping, man. A very mean one, man. And the Lord said He was going to show no mercy. You know, we've been in slavery. Our women get taken up and ravished, and we never see them ever again. Men get separated from their kids. You go to jail for 15 years. A same person did the same crime, and he got 2 years. And on good behavior, he served a year and a half, and the rest of it was probation. But yet you in there for 15 years. You got people still in jail right now, I'm sure, in California for weed. And weed is not legal. That's madness. And weed is not legal. That's absolute madness. You got brothers that's sitting in the prison right now who have not seen their daughter since she was 2 years old. Now she's 18 years old, freaking off because she had no dad within her life. And you're still in that jail, right? You're still in that prison, and you're still in that cell, man. And that's punishment from the Lord, man. That's that rod for correction upon our people. So David said that thy rod and thy staff, man. So what do brothers think that staff is, man? What do brothers think that represents?
I think support.
Con. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna pull up a picture. Support. That's definitely right. I'm gonna share my screen real quick and pull up a picture. All right, share screen. Israel is visual learners, very visual. You know, this is a shepherd staff now. So what are brothers saying that this hook is for? That hook right there.
To pull something back.
That's right. That is absolutely right. It's like, let me figure out this. Okay, Con. That's right. To go bring back, huh? So like here we go. So like Con to go bring the sheep back, man. Sheep may be going that way. You may have to call him by his name, get the damn thing, pull him back, man. Bring him back in this thing. You know, to go lead them, to go guide them. Because not every time you need I'm sure brothers, brother, we've been kids. Not every time you did something bad, not every time it was a belt and a 5-minute session of all torture and all hell breaking loose. Not every time it's that. Sometimes it's a talking to. Sometimes you got to kind of express yourself and kind of say, they say, I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed. And that damn near hurts worse than the damn belt does. I'm not sad, I'm disappointed. So not every time when you're going off and you're going astray is that rod needed. Because, if you go too crazy with the rod, you can kill the sheep. Just like if you go too crazy, you can't whoop a baby that just came out the womb. The baby is 3 months old. Please do not pull out the belt on the damn baby and beating the baby. It can't even crawl. It can't even walk. You're going to kill the damn baby. That's off. You know, but what do? That baby's crying and it's 3 a.m. and you have work at 7 a.m. and you're tired and you're sleepy. And you got to get up. You got to kind of comfort the baby. You got to kind of let it sleep. Hey, so that's what the Most High does, being the chief shepherd, man. Not every time brothers go off. We go off every day. If the Most High punished us for all of our sins, we would all be dead right now. We would all be, and the Most High would run out of punishments, and last thing is just death. That's just the last thing, man. It's just the ultimate, you know.
Khan, we would have been done in the ancient world. We'd have been a wrap.
A wrap. That's right. Most High would have done every punishment possible, and so the last thing is just death. It is just over after that.
Khan.
Hey, David said he was conceived. David said, "In sin that my mother conceived me." So even being born, man, you born and now you're already unclean. Your mom, she unclean too. Just madness. But hey, that staff and that rod, man, that punishment plus that guidance from the Lord, that's what comforts us, man. That's what keeps us innocent. That's what keeps us sane. That's on a deeper level. That's the Most High dealing with you. That's when you know that you're a part of the sheep, that you're a part of the sheepfold, Lord, well, part of the hopeful elect. It's when the Most High is guiding you. It's when the Most High punishes you. You know, how else would you know if the Lord is actually dealing with you? The only way is for the Lord to show you, for the Lord to lead you, for the Most High to bless you. That's literally the only way. So we're gonna read verse 5 real quick, right? Psalm chapter 23, verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies, right? So that table, man, what do brothers think that table is presented before us in the presence of our enemies, in the presence of Esau, in the presence of the nations, right? What did brothers think that this table is? You know, can a brother go to?
I think, is it judgment?
To a certain degree, right? Can we go to Proverbs chapter 9 and Songs of Solomon chapter 8? Right, Proverbs chapter 9, Songs of Solomon chapter 8, because we have to remember that all of these things are spiritual. And David, he's a spiritual man. He compared himself to a sheep, and in grass and in water, to getting that rod versus the staff. And now, you know, the Lord has prepared a table before us, man. A table of food with milk, with wine, with honey, with meat, with bread. You know, all of these things the Most High put before us. You know. Brother can bring that out.
Proverbs 9 and what?
King, verse number 1.
Okay, this is Proverbs 9 and 1. Wisdom had builded her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars. She hath killed her beast. She hath mingled her wine. She hath also furnished her table.
So wisdom has furnished the table, man. She's killed the beast. You know, she has mingled the wine. Wisdom has the bread, has the honey, has the milk. And where do we find these things? All of these things are spiritual. Wisdom is not, I was talking to my brother last night. Wisdom is not a physical lady walking in my house, cooking me food, whipping it up, chefing it up, washing it. She's not physically in here washing the damn dishes. She's not physically doing that. These things are spiritual. Also, wisdom, and she's killing that meat, being that prophecy, being those things on a higher level, right? That milk, you know, Psalms 23, you know, of course you can, right now we're breaking it down on a deeper level, right? But on a surface level, just milk, right? Understanding that you're a Israelite, you know, understanding the nationalities, understanding what the Most High looks like, what Christ looks like. All of these things are milk. You have honey, the sweet things of the Bible, reading about salvation, about chariots, about our enemies being destroyed. Right. So wisdom has built this house with all of these foods prepared for us, man, at this big table. And where is wisdom found? Within the Holy Scriptures, man. This is the table that is set before us in the presence of our enemies. The Holy Scriptures, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Because Esau has had thousands of years to manipulate and tamper with the Bible. But obviously that has never happened. We still read about how Christ is described as a so-called black man. Solomon is described as a so-called black. And if I'm a white man, if I read, I'm blotting that out immediately. I'm blotting that out immediately. during slavery, we didn't have the Bible. We had a slave Bible. Esau had the real Bible. Esau has had this book for thousands of years, yet it's undefiled. Yet the Most High did not let him tamper, touch, or damn change anything. So now this is the table that has been prepared for us, man, with all types of wisdom, knowledge, understanding, by being food, or represented as food. Right, Con. Right, so that's Proverbs 9:2. Can a brother put out Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 2?
This is Songs of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 2. I would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house, who would instruct me. I would cause thee to drink of spiced wine, of juice of my pomegranate.
Con. And this isn't literally talking about my Solomon's mom's house, Bethsaida. She's dead. She's in the dust right now. So let's see who our mother is according to the precepts. Now, I'm gonna go to Second Esdras. All right, Second Esdras, chapter 13, right, verse number 55. Right, thy life hast thou ordained in wisdom, and thou hast called understanding thy mother. So wisdom, knowledge, understanding, they're personified as our mother. Right, brothers, what does your mom do for you? Why do brothers think that wisdom is personified as a mother?
It nurtures you.
That's right. That's right. When I was a kid, I wasn't in the when I was 6 years old, I wasn't worried about being in the kitchen cooking and chefing it up. Hey, my mom was in the kitchen cooking, nurturing me. When I was 3 months old, I wasn't thinking about what am I going to eat for dinner. I was on the tip, man, drinking the milk from the breast.
God.
You know, when I was in my mother's womb, I wasn't thinking, well, I'm getting real hungry. I don't know when I'm gonna eat next. I'm thirsty. I'm going through it. Nah, because my mom, hey, she was there drinking that water, feeding me. You know, so wisdom personified as the same thing. And brothers can call their moms right now and hear wisdom and get love and hear nurture. There's few people in this world that love you like your mom does, or at least like as a, or at least as a righteous mother should. There's few people on this earth that can do that. You know, mom. I know when I was younger, my mom, she was breaking things down to me, teaching me about the scriptures, about the precepts. Of course, it was kind of skewed, but hey, you know, I was learning. I was being nurtured. I was being fed. I had activities. I was given books to read, things to do, people to play with. You know, so that's the type of things that wisdom does, right? And going back to Songs of Solomon and like this table, right? I'm trying to bring everybody out there. I'm trying to bring all my brothers to my mother's house. Does that mean we're flying back to Mississippi? I'm calling my mom and telling her to cook a huge meal. I got 8,000 people coming with me. We have to rent out 10 planes, and we find it's not literally flying back to Mississippi, knocking on my mom's door with 8,000 people behind me. You know, but that's wisdom. Hey, you know, hey, I want you to get in this thing. I want you to see this Bible, man, and to see wisdom, and to see this wine within the Bible that can heal you. See this honey, man, this sweet to your taste. I want to give you the truth. You know, feed you with this bread of understanding that is going to lead you onto the right path. That's going to strengthen you. Because if brothers have fasted for 3 days, you're not feeling like Hulk Hogan. Brothers have fasted for a day. You're not feeling like how you were if you damn just got done at the gym pumping up weights, man. You throwing around 45s. Don't go from fasting into the gym throwing around 45s, man. I'm a max out. We're not going to max out, brother. You're not going to max out, brother. You just hopped off of a fast. No, you're still fasting. You did a 2-day fast. You're still fasting, and you're going to Planet Fitness. I'm going to max out. Try to hit 4,000 push-ups. Brother, you're going to pass out. But hey, when you get fed, man, that bread, that just that meat, that wine, that milk, that honey, now you maybe can go do some things. Now you maybe can go run. Now you maybe can go lift those weights. Right now you can go hey, do what you need to do, man. So wisdom, right, brings forth that food, man, that nourishes our spirit. Right now, when you don't have all of these demons plaguing your mind, and then all that baggage from the world, all the times you've been hurt, damn, backstabbed, betrayed, finessed by quote unquote friends. Right now, since you can let all of that go, right, and basically the Most High taught you how to forgive through wisdom. Now you're stronger. Right now, when you get over that girl who cheated on you 18 years ago, right, and that still damn plays your mind, and you still have trust issues, right, or your great grandmother that passed away, that you were still close with, and you still miss her even to this day. Right now, when you get this truth, now when you get fed with that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that milk, bread, wine, water, honey, bitter herbs, even now you can be stronger. Now you can wax mighty. Now you can let some of those things go, man. And that's all through the Spirit of the Lord, and that's all through the nourishment that the Most High blessed us with. Right? Can we go to one of my favorite precepts? Right, Revelation chapter 3. Right, Revelation chapter 3, verse number 20. Baba Kasha.
Just the book of Revelations, chapter 3 and verse 20.
Come.
Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him, and he with me.
Come. So that's Hamashiach Yahushua. Yahushua is knocking on the door, man, trying to feed us. Trying to feed us with wisdom, with knowledge, with understanding, with milk, with wine, with honey, with bitter herbs, with meat. Yahushua is literally knocking on that door, man. When it's time to read, when it's time to study, when it's time to watch that video, when it's time to pray, when it's time to fast, Yahushua is knocking on that door. We can't hear it, kind of look, kind of go to the peephole, kind of see who's in the peephole, kind of let go of the peephole, and go back to sleep. That would be very evil. Yahweh Shah is the only person that I've ever met that when you come to that he'll knock on your door. He's the guest, yet he's feeding you. He knocks on your door. He asks you, "Have you ate yet? Do you have anything to drink, brother? What about you?" And Yahweh Shah, he's asking, "What about you?" So we have to understand that, man. And when it's time to do these things, time to go teach, time to go pray, time to go read. Man, we have to understand that Hamashiach Yahushua, he's literally supping with us. He's literally there with us. That's how brothers get this wisdom, man. It's not just coming from you just looking at the verses over and over again until a damn light bulb bulbs up in your damn head and your damn head explodes. That's not how you get wisdom. And looking at the verse, you got to look at it for 8 hours, and then you're going to understand what it really means. Nah, you get that because Hamashiach Yahushua, he's supping with you. He's putting these thoughts within your head. Precept this, precept that, link this up with this, then this up with that. Now it's making sense, man. Now it's making sense. And now I'm be thinking myself, well, I've seen that happen before. So that's just how wisdom comes on the scene, man. I see Yahushua supping with you. Psalms chapter 23, verse 6 is the final verse. Right, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And one of the things about our forefathers, man, is they was confident. David, we don't read in this thing, David said, Lord willing, or maybe, or hopefully, no, David said, surely. David was firm in this. David wasn't wavering. It wasn't a maybe. He didn't even say Lord willing. He said, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Our forefathers were very bold within the Lord, man. Very, very bold. We have to be that same way, man. I'm going to get 2nd Maccabees, right? Then we can close out, right? If brothers got any points of wisdom or precepts that they want to bring out before we close out, right, please bring them out. I'm going to go to 2nd Maccabees. One of my favorite verses. Right, 2nd Maccabees chapter 15, verse number 7. But Maccabeus had ever sure confidence that the Lord would help him. So that word confidence, con meaning with, That word "fido" in the Greek meaning faith. That's what you hear about. But she's an infidel, right? She wasn't faithful because that word confidence literally means with faith. So Judas Maccabee, he had ever sure confidence, meaning he had ever sure faith, right, that the Lord would help him. He didn't doubt. He didn't have an inkling in his mind, well, maybe not. It's kind of questioning the Lord. Our forefathers, they didn't question the Most High God. Huh? They moved in faith and they moved firmly within the name of the Most High God. Right, so that's Psalms 23, man. David being that sheep, right, in the green pastures, led by the still water. And we drink those waters, Lord willing. What's the water? Hamashiach Shah, which brings forth everlasting life, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? So it test that water, right? And then after that, talks about him being in a valley of the shadow of death. Right? Not death, but so close to death as compared to the shadow. Right? And we're in that valley of the shadow of death in America. Right? Any point in time, all hell can break loose. You know, you can get damn drive by. Anything can happen. Somebody can come and kidnap you. Anything can happen here. Right? But David says he
Con,
will not
con,
fear.
con.
David
And to be close to anything, you got to be in the shadow.
said again, Ken?
Salaki, I said to be close to anything, you got to be in the shadow.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But David said he's not going to even fear that because he knows that the Most High is with him. How does he know? Because he has the rod. He can feel that rod. He can feel being punished. Feel being chastised. And that staff, man, he can feel the Most High pulling him back when he's going astray and leading him on that right path. And he even went into he even has a table prepared for him in the presence of his enemies, man. Because brothers, I just like to just think about it. Imagine all of your biggest haters in the world, and the Most High sets you down with a table with a feast, and they're just staring at you. They're hungry, they're starving, and you're just eating that feast. Kind of look at them, kind of start laughing, and say, "Call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahushua." That's how David was feeling, man. Even though these people trying to destroy me and kill me, this place is not set up for me. Hey, the Most High, He's still going to be with me, man. I still at His feast, and I'm in peace. We didn't even go into the oil, man, about how his cup runneth over, and the Lord anointed him. And when you read the law, the only people that's getting anointed is kings and priests. That's literally it. No, just regular smuggler Joe, who's a farmer. He's not getting anointed by the Lord, man. Only the kings and the priests get anointed by the Lord. And what does that anointing do? It gives you wisdom. That's like in Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1, wisdom makes your face to shine. Moses, he had to cover his face with a veil when he came back from killing the law. Why? Because his face was shining with that wisdom, with that knowledge, with that understanding. Then we went into David being sure that goodness and mercy will follow him. He had no doubt. He was confident within the Lord, man. We pass it over to my mighty Akim, man. Brothers got any precepts they want to pull or any words of wisdom that they want to say? Baba Kashab, bring it out.
I got one in Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 11. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. So I mean, wisdom outweighs everything carnal on this earth. So it's something to be valued, and it's definitely something to be sought.
That's right. For precept was that, Ken?
Proverbs 8 and verse 11.
Okay, come on. So you have anything, Elder? Any words of wisdom?
La.
Okay, come on. So that's number one of the Sabbath service. And most High willing, this was edifying through the Spirit. Lord willing, brother and sister can watch his back, take notes, meditate upon these things, man. So with that, I want to say all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right, Shabbat Shalom, man. Hey, I pray for everybody to stay strong in this thing and steadfast within the name of the Lord, man. Continuing to grow in the Spirit, and that the Lord can continue to have mercy upon us, man, and continue to deal with us by His Spirit. Right, Kwam Yasha Allah, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.